Hi viewers, welcome to my channel. This is Sridhar. I am going to present you with economic recovery of India. This report has been published by NSC India today afternoon. I got it from NSC official Twitter handle. Actually, this report gives us the overall picture what caused the market to rally. This report is for October 2020 and for November 2020. Let's analyze point by point. Before going into this video, I would request you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. If you like this video, please click on the like button. Please don't forget to click on the bell icon to get instant notification whenever I post a new video to reach your inbox on the stock updates. Let's quickly go into the video. Okay, this is the handle which I got the report. It's free and you can download for yourself because it's a 186 page report. You have a lot of patience to read. Okay, let's quickly see the overall economic recovery. What caused the recovery? It's not a surprise. It's because of COVID-19 coming down in India. It has given some respite finally. So it has caused the recovery. Actually, rural demand is outpacing the urban demand in the last quarter. Even during the lockdown, after 1 month, certain decisions have been made allowing the agriculture to continue with certain restrictions like wearing masks and social distance in the village level, and also industrial activity, business activity pick up in all quarters during October and November. The market is slowly going towards the path of recovery. In fact, last 1 month it has sped up very fast. FII has been pouring in money into the Indian equities, now being the 13-month high, which is very good for Indian market. In spite of September being sell-off month for FIIs. Let's see the macroeconomy quickly. Food inflation near double digit. Industrial activity was well responding to unlocks. Trade deficit shrank on a strong revival in exports. Current account registers record surplus in Q1, that is FY21. Surplus estimated at 1.1% of GDP. Cumulative fiscal deficit reaches 109% of budget expense. Expect FY21 fiscal deficit 7.7% of GDP. So let's wait for the union budget in February. Centre's borrowing target revised up to provide for states GST shortfall. It's not surprising because due to the COVID lockdown, GST collection was affected, so there was shortfall. So the states has to be compensated. So government has given some target revised. On the lower side, southwest monsoon ends up with 9% surplus. That's a very good news for the agriculture as well as for the next financial year. If you see the August and September, it's a muted performance because of uncertainty. Global equity markets generated strong returns in the month of November. So our Indian markets was performing fantastically in November is because of global trends as well as the inflow of foreign institutional investors. And also the reason being the uncertainty of US presidential election. The muted performance in August September was because of this uncertainty. 3 vaccine candidates have been identified: Pfizer, BioNTech, Moderna, and AstraZeneca, Oxford vaccines. So they are successful in getting the results positively. Like vaccines are responding to the trials. There is high degree of effectiveness against the virus that has been published. The rally in emerging market has been quite strong. It is in sync with the global markets. Nifty 50 and Nifty 500 index rising by strong 11.4 and 11.9 in November. In comparison to the previous month of 3.5% and 2.6% increase respectively. Compared to last month, that is October, it has increased 3 times more than the October. Reasons being the COVID-19 came down, COVID-19 new cases came down, it's been contained in many major cities, even urban areas, economical recovery is happening. There is a strong reform push by the government and also a large inflow of foreign institutional investors. Global fixed income markets remain volatile, is still volatile. The index, I think volatile index has gone to 25%, from 25 to 20%. In November it's 20% as compared to October 25%. You will see in the subsequent slides, I will be showing that. Accompanied by further steepening of yield curves. So I will be showing that graph too. There is a strong curve is happening at the lower levels, so which we will see in the chart. So to sum up with the previous slide, sector wise we will see the breakup, what went well. Equity markets overall in October was a good rally supported by better than expected improvement in domestic economical activity. All through India, domestic activity picked up due to the declining COVID-19 cases. Also, lots of buying emerged from the foreign institutional investors. So let's see the sector wise breakup. Metals is the superstar with 24.8%. Banks, next to metals, banks performed very well, 23.9%. Autos 14.6%, real estate 14.5%. And also pharma and information technology leading the with 47.3 and 39.1 returns. That is actually both are superstars actually. So pharma was doing well. It's not a surprise because due to COVID-19, a lot of medicines, supply, equipments, all those things. So pharma was doing well. IT companies, because of dollar fluctuations and other things, IT was doing well, and their margin also came down because of work from home, other stuff. Bond yields fell sharply in October due to dovish stance by the committee, monetary policy committee, during the October policy review. Globally, equities saw a synchronous rally in November after a weak October. So we all know still in December first week also we saw the rally. There is a small sign of correction which is healthy right now because it's going to be a buy on dips market from now on till the budget. On the macro front, high frequency indicator pointed to continued economic recovery at a slower pace. Okay, so PMI was good. There is a marginal increase from 53.4 to 56.7 in November after outperforming the previous month. Significant outperformance compared to October. Developed markets underperformed the broader emerging markets pack. Developed markets somewhat little weak compared to emerging markets. European markets also rallied due to the positive news of COVID-19 vaccine related news. Commodities, especially steel, rallied in November in spite of rising risk on sentiments. Actually, it rallied in line with the risky assets. It is supported by US dollar, partly supported by weaker US dollar. When there is weaker dollar, companies would go and buy on the steel for a lesser price. That's good for the steel companies, partly supported by weaker US dollar. Let's go to the next slide. So this is the chart which shows what are the asset class performing in comparison to the previous months. So if you see Nifty 50, 3 months ago it was 11,388 I think crores, as compared to in November is 12,969. There is a increase. It's a gradual, it's an increase, it's a consistent increase from 3 months ago to November. Actually it's consistently going up from 11,388, 11,642 and 12,969. Maybe December also might be up. Let's see. If you see Nifty 500 also consistently doing well, 9372, 952, 10719. Nikkei has performed extraordinarily well. Nikkei Dow Jones, these are all well performed market. Hang Seng. So this is the market performance across asset classes. So let's see the bond. So if you see 10-year government yield has come down from 3 months ago, it was 6.08, in November it's 5.91. For 5-year government yield it is 5.47, has come down to 5.08 November. So 1-year government yield is, so all the bond values are coming down. The same with US 10-year government yield, it is on the upside. See, 3 months ago it was 0.69. There is a marginal dip between October and November. So this is about the currency market performance against the US INR. If you see, in the last 3 months it's sideways. 12 months ago it was 71.7, now it's 74.1. At one stage it went to 75, 76 I believe. Now it has stabilized. Last 2 months it is hovering near 74. So overall dollar is weak. If you see market performance, so Brent crude has increased from last month to this month. See the demand for aluminum, copper, metals pack, how it is performing. This month, November, from October to November, see the increase. It speaks for itself. See performance across NSE sectors. If you see pharma and IT, how they have performed. Metals, everything has gone up from October to November. All outperformance. Excellent. This is the graphs depicting my previous slides, what I discussed. So the graph clearly shows the outperformance consistently going up in all sectors. See at the end, if you see now there is a blue coming out of 0, from negative it is going to positive pharma, Nifty 50. And if you see overall IT, it's consistently maintaining the growth, booming because of the recovery in the economy. Overall perform various sectors. See the benchmark government security bond yields, see how it is dipping down. See November 19, it's a comparison of 20 years from November. In November 2003 it has gone up considerably till November 2008. There was a great crash. See how it has dipped to 5%, and then again it has gone up to 9%, again has come down to 7%, gone up 9%, again has come down. See, there is a pattern forming here. So now it is going to go up. So it's a curve. That's what I have been discussing. A curve is going to happen here. See, the curve started. So it's going to go up to 7.5 or maybe 9. We don't know. See, this is the Indian bond yield. See, in the last 12 months how it has performed. So November 19 to during the COVID peak, see, it has gone up. Bond is gone up to 6.5 and then came down again considerably. It's coming down in June. It has come to 5.8, again went up in 6.2 in August. Then after the recovery there is a dip, November 20. So is it a curve going up? I don't know. It might go up to 6.1 or 6.2% and come back again. So this is the trend about the bond yields. Let's see the market performance yield curve. See, blue line is November, it's lower than September and December 2019. This is with respect to previous slide, and these are the countries bond yield information. You can find this in the downloaded report. You can download from NSE. So you can go through this. Same from the previous slide. This is for 2020, this is for November. So you can compare both the slides. In 2018, if you see India 6.75 and now it's 2.93. So there is a huge difference. Okay, let's see the liquidity aspect. So the blue circle depicts where we are right now. We are in the surplus. I told it's 1.1 above the GDP, right? Now you can see it is less than 0, indicates a surplus liquidity in the system. So we are in this. So this portion is in the surplus area. To 4.1 in October and 5.3 in November. See, there is an increase from September to November. Lending under LAF widened from average of 3.3 trillion to 5.3 trillion till November. Okay, this is the FI inflows. So 2021 TD is the red line, which shows 25%. It's touched the 25%. It's above all of the previous years, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this shows the FI activity, and with in comparison to debt inflows. So in 2021 debt inflows is on the lower side. Last few months, see FI 21 is showing a dip, and FI 20 and compare is on the lowest side. FI 16 is in the orange, that is near 500 billion. So overall, these are the funds mobilized through NSE platform from September to November. You see how it is increased. IPOs is picking up. Rights issue from October to November is decreased. Preferential allotment has increased or folds. QIP has come down, and if you see overall debt raise has come down from 3493,854 to 3124,264. So total funds raised from October 3576,327 to 3266,041. So it has come down considerably. It has come down from September to November. These are the companies listed in October 20 and November 20. I want to show you something very interesting in this. See the information about Gland Pharma. I am seeing something very positive here. So see the market cap, see the gain on listing. So buy on dips, I see a buy on dips. So let's track this stock from now on. Okay, NSE turnover in the last 10 years. See, so what we can understand. So orange line is equity derivatives. See how much derivatives is impacting the NSE. See the cash is second best, and currency it's in the third. So it is top to bottom. If you see, futures is dominating the NSE, and cash market is getting money too. Overall, these are the things impacted the economic recovery. So also it shows Y on Y how it has performed. So if you see December 20, see the huge buildings there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. So it shows recent economic recovery helped NSE turnover to grow further. So this is a chart representing the economic recovery from nowhere year, December 18, 19. See, December 18 to 19, it's underperforming. Slowly, here's a big dip. Again, it's going up. See how it has recovered here. It's a V-shaped recovery. That's what they say, V-shaped recovery. So these are institutional investments through NSE platform up to October 20. So you can just download this document and go through all this point by point. Actually, if you see, it has come down. the domestic investors and institutional investors have sold more than the buy. FI has bought more than the sell. In futures they have sold more than they have bought less. So they have bought the cash market more than the futures. So FIs. So see the impact. So what can we understand from this? They have sold the futures, bought the cash. So overall, this is the consolidated report for cash market in October 20 and November 20 through the cash market and derivatives market. So these are the top 10 stocks dominating the NSE's overall turnover. So what does it show? These are all the future stocks which we have to hold in our portfolio. So it clearly shows us the way. Go and buy this on every dips. This is the portfolio you should have. Anyone should have for 5 to 10 years. So indirectly we are getting a message. Go and buy on dips. So whenever the market goes up, these are the top 10 stocks which is dominating the turnover. So we have got two cues here. Buy all these stocks on dip. Overall, I am happy to present this report in a simplified manner because it's a very huge report, 186 pages, which I have shortened to just 30 slides. So thank you for watching once again. Please subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, please like it. Don't forget to click on the bell icon to get instant updates. Till I post the next video, it's goodbye from Sridhar. Thank you.